by Martin Place. Anne, has there been any movement where you are?
Nick, it is the eeriest and strangest sight in Sydney today. I just went for a little walk down here into the shops. They're shuttered. There's nobody on the streets. Everybody outside of the exclusion zone has been sent home. Businesses have closed and it's quiet. I mean, the city is never quiet. This is a vibrant city. It's Christmas time. There should be people out on the streets doing their Christmas shopping, people in businesses going about their normal lives, but they're not. People are calm, but there are a lot of long faces. They're very sad faces here, and the atmosphere is, what can I say? It's pretty devastating, really. I do have with me here again Tony Loughran. He is an expert in terrorism and he has some insight into what's likely to be going on inside the Lindt store. Tony, please join us again if you will. I think the most concerning thing is that no one's spoken with the hostage. Why has he been so quiet?
I think it's a question of him being quiet, but also the police being quiet as well. Is that it's almost like a game of chess. Everyone's trying to figure out what the next move is going to be, but the police are looking to try and get as much information as possible, both on the hostage, the environment, and also the individuals as well that are actually being detained here. But he's actually waiting to make a negotiation, make a bit of an announcement, but he's biding his time. He's getting information himself, as we said before, and all the information that he has available to him as well, including the building layout, individuals, and everything else in the environment.
And the hostages, what would be their state of mind at the moment?
It'd be exactly the same. I think that the longer this goes on, the harder it is for them. Psychologically, they're always thinking to themselves, am I ever going to get out? What is the reason behind this? Why me? And in all of this, I've actually always found that people blame themselves for this particular kind of thing. They have this incredible kind of psychological thing where they go, it was my fault, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. How are my family going to cope with this? How are things going on back home?
Well, that's another very big question, isn't it? How would the families be coping at home? They'd be devastated, they'd have no communication. It would be equally as hard for them not being close to their loved ones.
I am really hoping that the police have got their act together and they're starting to communicate with the actual families of these unfortunate people that are in there at the moment, and they're providing them with some comfort, some reassurances as well, because as you said, it's a complete information vacuum right now.
All right, so we know that everything's coming from POC, from Police Operations Centre. What would be happening there at the moment?
What they'd be doing is they'd be collating a lot more information. They'd be looking at just exactly what it is as far as the layout of the actual area is concerned, looking at the next move as far as the hostage takers are concerned, looking at just exactly what this individual wants. Has he got a psychological background? Is there something going on? Where is his connections? Where are the affiliations? What resources do they need to throw at this to make sure that they actually try and get a successful resolution?
Well, they're obviously throwing all resources that they possibly can, but this is taking a long time. How long can it go on for?
How long's a piece of string, really? It's never, ever easy to predict this particular kind of thing, because a hostage situation can happen and it can be over all in a flash. But this one, it has the tendency to go on to days, for weeks or whatever. People don't let it go on for weeks. That's the main thing. The good thing is that it's in lockdown. The police now are starting to do communications. Channel of information is going through. Let's hope there's a resolution.
All right. Tony Loughran, thank you very much for that. So, Nick, that's the very latest situation from Elizabeth Street here in Sydney. As I mentioned to you before, very eerie, very quiet, very sad. We just hope and pray that the hostages are okay.
Thank you very much, Anne Sanders, there in a deserted centre of Sydney as this siege rolls past the 5-hour mark. Now we're going to go to Clive Williams from the Australian National